I did not want to edit this video, but yet I've done 5 fucking takes of this damn video already because people keep showing up and I'm filming outside in my backyard. I'm getting pissed because I just want this done, over, and said so people can get the memo, since it seems like what I'm talking about is not going anywhere. Hello, my name is Christy. Welcome to my video. Welcome to my channel if you're on my channel. Feel free to subscribe, leave topics down in the comment section of what you want me to rant on, talk about, or other video suggestions. Like, you could ask about my hair, whatnot else. But let's get started before I get pissed off even more. Today's video is going to be semi-ranty, constructive criticism. I'm sorry if you can hear noise in the background. I am outside. There's wind, there's people, there's noises. Blech. It's not a quiet neighborhood. Fuck. I'm talking about Boost Mobile today, and I'm not in any way bashing this company. It works fine for others. It might not just be suitable for me and the purposes I need it. And if you don't know what Boost Mobile is a little brother company, like a branch off of Sprint. And it is a no contract phone type service. Did you hear that? Anyways, sorry for that pause. Just a little backstory. I'm not really sure where all Boost Mobile is located. I know it is located and available in my state of Nebraska. Otherwise, I'm not sure what countries, what states, what cities even all have this available. It's kind of a hit or miss. I know some people in Canada have this available. I've been with Boost for maybe 4 years, since I've been in high school. I got it February of 2013, so about 3 years, going on 4, roughly. How do I do math? Anyways, I've had this, and I've only had a couple minor issues up until recently. And this is from like the whole span of when I've had my phone and this carrier service. I've had to replace my phone, let's say maybe 6 times, because with no contract companies, they're really not made to last. So that way, that's kind of how it's made, so you can keep having money come in, because phones are not made as well as contracts, because contracts are supposed to last you longer. Otherwise, you're just kind of fucked out of money. So I've had to replace my phone several times. I'm currently with the LG Stylo, and this one's running properly. Do not buy cheaper phones. It's just going to add to the issue. I've had to replace a couple phones where they were like cheaper to begin with, and then I had to buy like more expensive phones just so they'd last me longer. And also with no contract phones versus contract phones, the specs are different. Like, no contracts are lower specs, like camera quality is different, the internal RAM is different, etc., etc. There's that, and then I recently had issues where my apps would crash, and my keyboard, where, like, if you were, let's say, posting a comment on Instagram, in the middle of my sentence or word even, it will drop, and it will take forever to come back up. And I've tried everything. I've Googled everything I could possibly try to do it. So far, the only thing that helps it a little bit for a little small fraction of time is resetting my data connection by typing in a certain, section of numbers into my phone and hitting pound, and it completely restores it. But that only lasts for like a week, maybe a couple days even. It doesn't last long, it's only temporary. But I've spoken to people who run Boost locations here, like Boost stores, and so far they've told me that's probably just because they're replacing some of the towers near me, near us as in people who have Boost here. And so there's that. I'm hoping it gets resolved, because this has been an ongoing problem for the last 2 months. And we're currently in the month of April, so that's February up until now, and I hope it doesn't continue. because it's getting quite annoying. It takes a lot longer to send text messages to where I no longer even want to send text messages or go on social media. And like that's kind of what really phones are for anymore, besides staying connected. But leading up to the actual problem that has surfaced recently, the purpose I am actually making this video is to be aware, is to understand this is happening. You can believe me or not, but it can happen. And I hope that out of this video, people are more aware or more cautious. Like, you know, they don't have to go through this issue or chuck out extra money because of this issue. Because what happened was we paid our phone bill. We, as in my dad, my sister, and me, we paid our phone bill last Saturday, which I believe is the 9th. Do not hold me to it. I am not sure. I don't know what my days are anymore. But we paid our phone bill on the 9th, and the literal day after, probably not even a whole 24 hours, my dad tried to call out to someone, and it kept saying, like, this account is no longer available. We called customer service to figure out what is going on, what does this mean, and it essentially is telling us that the phone number we were calling about no longer existed. How does it not exist when we paid the phone bill and we've had the same phone numbers for the last 3 years? What? Essentially what happened is somebody got into our phone carrier accounts. There's 3 of us on one bill. So it's, like I said, it's me, my dad, and my sister. Somebody got into our account, hacked it, because when we set up this carrier service account, we thought that since my dad is older, you know, we might as well go with like a fairly easy PIN because he's 63. It gets kind of hard to remember things at that age, especially. We'll get into something else later of why it's an issue of like trying to remember things. There's a prime example without this rant. We had a problem of somebody hacking into our account, canceling my dad's phone service. He had to not only try to go through hell to get a new number, he had to pay to get a replacement upgraded phone because his like no longer worked, but that was besides the point of being hacked. He had to pay an activation fee, so he ended up spending like $160 something. For some people, that's not a lot of money. For people like us, that is a lot of money to be checking out on a phone. I know some people have like $600 phones and like $300 phone services. We are not that rich. I don't know anyone who is that rich. Well, personally, no. I know there's people like all like the Buffett, whatnot. They could probably afford it. However, a couple days later, after going back up to the phone place where we paid our phone bill to get this settled, and we had the receipt of our payments, he got his phone back on, and then literally like 2 days later, which was Wednesday of this week, because it is currently Thursday, so yesterday, I wake up and my sister's freaking out because her phone is now doing the same thing. We thought maybe once my dad got his phone covered, it would not affect ours. Boy, were we wrong. We had the issue of our phones doing the same thing. She tried to call out, this account is no longer available. I tried to call out, this account is no longer available. So, I have a problem with this because I do have anxiety, and my phone is technically my personal crutch. I listen to music when I start to feel a little on edge, whatnot else, just to keep me calm and get the day going because I do not have medication. I don't really know if that's supposed to be a bad or good thing, but that's besides this issue. It's just that I did not have a phone for a whole day, and for me that makes me kind of nervous because what if I am driving home and I get into a car accident and I don't have the ability to call anyone, or I'm severely injured, all that shit. I know these are like extreme scenarios, however, it's still a possibility. especially if I were to like leave my keys at home. I gotta have somebody know that I will be coming home at this said time, or that I'll be doing this after school, whatnot else. And so my phone was off for an entire day, or an entire 2 days technically, almost. We went up there because it was such a fucking problem. The first time with my dad's phone, we went up there. We had the same really nice person at the local store we have try to settle this. Customer service was being literally such assholes to my dad, to us, and I understand that they probably don't understand this is an issue, this is what's going on, but it is happening. And the reason I want this video to be said, this video to be made, is because I want customer service to have some sort of staff meeting to update their systems, to understand that hacking is happening, that people are having their phone services canceled for no fucking reason, and I refuse to pay, just like a bunch of other people refuse to pay extra money to get their shit turned back on when they are not at fault, when they have done nothing wrong. Would you like to pay for somebody else just canceling your shit for no reason? I wouldn't. I sure in hell wouldn't. So I wish that their systems would be updated. I know the current ones near us, because this is such an issue, and so far it's only been happening in my state, in my city, but it's not too unrealistic for it to happen in other states, other cities, other countries. Do not set your PIN to 1234 or something really easy. They will get into your account, they will cancel it, and they will try and make you pay for it. They will try to make you go through hell, like I did, numerous hours on the phone with customer service, being assholes. Get your shit together, customer service, please and thank you. Like, don't be getting an attitude with me. I understand I'm pissy. I have a reason to be pissy. But you don't have to sit there and be like, oh, constantly having me read back the same shit I just said. If I'm explaining to you that my phone just got hacked, it got hacked. I don't really know what other way to put that. Somebody got into my account and shut my shit off. There's not that many ways for you to say it. Do you want me to say it in Spanish or something? Because I can't speak Spanish, so you're gonna have to take what I give you, and you gotta sit there and listen to what I'm saying. But they just were not listening. They did not seriously give a fuck. I literally had to continuously try to contact a supervisor or manager to get this settled. I still have Boost service. However, I did end up having to pay money out of our pockets to get the phone service back on with a new number. However, I did, fortunately, get a refund on the credit that I already fucking paid for on my other account. And then my other account canceled completely to where nobody can use that number because it's been compromised. I just don't want people to think that you will not have this issue, because if you create something super easy for someone to get into, you will. This is like saying that your password for Facebook is 1234. Somebody knows your email, they're going to try and get into your account no matter what, and if it's super easy for them to access, this will happen. So I get it's kind of partially our fault for it being super easy, but my issue with this is when we were trying to get the service back on, they were going through so many stupid fucking questions. I understand there should be only a certain amount of time, or not time, certain amount of tries you can go through before they lock your account in completely. But it's getting kind of bullshit when like you expect somebody to know what actual month and year that they turned their service on if it was 3 to 4 fucking years ago. We don't. I don't really know who does or who keeps that record. So if this keeps becoming an issue, or I keep having issues with Boost, I will be looking at getting a different service, a different carrier, because I can't be chalking out more money for other bullshit. I'll be going off to fucking college. I don't have money to just fucking go like this for phones. I don't. It's ridiculous, and it's like, I don't want other people to go through with this because my dad is literally sick right now. He got so pissed off, so stressed that he is literally physically sick. And what happens out of this? I don't know. I really don't know. I would really like it for customer service, as I said, to have some sort of staff meeting to make this issue apparent, to make this issue easier to resolve rather than going repeatedly through the same fucking thing I am telling them. Your phone got hacked? Yeah, I said my phone got hacked. Oh, your phone got hacked? Like, I hate repeating myself. I hate it with a passion. And I'm not trying to insult this company. I just think there are things that need to be done. I think there should be things that should be avoided. Like, setting up an account, you should not be able to have such an easy pass. Like an easy PIN or passcode. In general. Just for the sake of this. Because then it falls back on them. They lose money. I lose money. And then who else gets money? Whoever the fuck hacked my account. Of course. I just don't really know what to do anymore. I would love to continue this service because it's not that bad, but it's just this issue has made me want to cross the line of switching to a different service. And I don't know if they take pride in letting shit happen like this, or if they just don't care if people get fucked over, but that's shitty. It really is. Like, you should take pride in your company. You should be able to help them and have swift and fluent fucking customer service. Not somebody on the phone trying to bitch me out. I don't even know what their name was. Trying to bitch me out over me trying to get help because I have an issue. That's what customer service is there for, is it not? I hope they get this resolved, that it stops becoming an issue, and I wanted to make this video to make it aware that this can happen to you. Do not let it happen to you. Find any way you can to make your PIN harder than, I don't know, some dude's dick. I don't know. Try and make this disappear. This not be a problem anymore. I am not the only person that's had this problem. It's me, my dad, my sister, and then several other people from this city. So it's not that it's not happening, because it is. And to ignore that it's happening, that's on you. If it gets hacked, don't tell me anything. But anyways, if you guys have any other questions, if it ends up happening to you, you can leave me messages or comments down below, and I can go through and try and answer all of them to help you understand what's going on, to try and help you give a more backstory of what I did, what I went through, what you could do. Because eventually, yeah, I do have my phone service back on, and I didn't lose as much money as we had thought in the beginning. But that's going to be all for now. Leave me suggestions in the comment section below. I will leave my social medias down below in the description box or the pants box, because you can follow me on Instagram. You can subscribe to my channel. I will even add my Snapchat if that's what you want to. So have a good day, and I hope this doesn't happen to you. Feel free to hit me up if it does, because I want this to end. See ya, guys. Love you. Till next time.